Hey y'all, it's October the 10th, and today I have a couple questions for you. I was wondering if you can answer them. Question number one: Hey, do you remember that big old shooting that happened the other day? Historic, I think one of the biggest mass shootings in America. You remember that? That was crazy, wasn't it? I don't know if you remember because nobody really pays attention to the mainstream media, aka the news on the television. Nobody cares what CNN is saying and things like that. But you might recall that they done told everybody that it was a lone wolf shooter. Another one of those lone wolf shooters causing havoc, and by golly, it might have been that guy. We don't know. We really don't know. He came up dead and stuff. He can't answer no questions. I don't know if there's an autopsy or how long that'll take. I don't know if we're gonna see one of those. All right. So, anyways, if you didn't know, the mainstream media's whole perspective on the situation, and to include law enforcement, I believe, if I understand correctly, they all pretty much summed it up as one of them lone wolf situations, alright? And that's tragic, and it was tragic. I mean, it's severe, to be honest with you, and that was real bad. Anyways, that's what they were talking about, a lone wolf shooter. Now, see, that could very well be the case that it was just that one guy, Steve Paddock. Nobody knows why he did what he did, but he did it. Alright, he didn't even tell you. He didn't even try to leave no evidence. Alright, it was a lone wolf. Could have been a lone wolf in that hotel room. However, there's a lady right there, and I think they just seen her. She's on a video with another lady who's interviewing her, live streaming it, and this lady by the name of Tracy Beans. She's interviewing another lady, and I forget her name, but that other lady seems to have reason to believe that the news got it all messed up, that it wasn't no lone wolf shooter. You might be saying, what in the world? What are you talking about? I didn't hear nothing about it. I know you haven't heard nothing about it. Television ain't gonna tell you about this. Alright? But there ain't no way. According to this lady right here that you see, it ain't no way. It ain't no way it was a lone wolf shooter, because there was another shooting that happened about 45 minutes later. I don't know if you heard about it. Me personally, I've been doing a lot of working and things. I've been kind of busy. Did not hear about it. I don't know if everybody else heard about it or if I'm breaking news upon y'all. Alright, but according to this lady right here, she was interviewed by Tracy Beans, and it's very imperative that you check that out, because it seems as though there ain't no way that it was a lone wolf shooter situation. Alright, because approximately, according to this lady who was there and present at the Bellagio Hotel over there in that Las Vegas, Nevada, 45 minutes after the whole Mandalay Bay, the country western music festival thing, after that shooting, 45 minutes later, you have another shooting approximately a mile, 1.4 miles away. 45 minutes later, did you hear about that? I didn't hear about that. I don't know why we didn't hear about that. How come I've been hearing about some lone wolf situation in the back of my head, because I've been hearing people, that's what the TV is saying, right? That's what everybody else around me is saying. This one guy, television told me, internet told me, all these people, right? There's not just one guy, because there's no way in the world that this is a coincidence. First of all, coincidences don't exist. But there ain't no way in the world that it's purely coincidence that all sorts of shots were being fired at the Bellagio Hotel 1.4 miles away, approximately 45 minutes after the Mandalay Bay situation was already resolved. Alright, there is no such thing as coincidence, but this definitely wouldn't be no coincidence, alright? all sort of. Yeah, you could see the lady. Is the lady lying? That's what I want to ask everybody. Is she lying? If she is lying, how dare she lie like this? Because that's crazy. All sort of people are agreeing. They're starting to agree. And we're talking about days and days later. All right. This is October the 10th, right? This is 10 days after the dang shooting. And now I'm just starting to hear about this. And how come nobody's heard about this? All right. Anyways, before we get out of here, I want to tell you that I kind of perused through what web pages were showcasing the story, and what media outlets were not showcasing the story, not at all. Anything affiliated with anything close to the television was not talking about this at all. All right. All sort of independent media outlets are covering it right now because it seems like a big deal. All right. So, anyways, I went to the Bellagio Hotel website. You can go there right now if you want to. All right. I went to the Bellagio Hotel's main website. Now, here's the thing about it. If you go there, you're going to notice, all right, that it doesn't mention the shooting. Now, however, logic would tell you that if you are a hotel, you probably don't want to broadcast about your own shooting because you're going to lose money. So, obviously, they wouldn't talk about their own shooting, and I'll give them that. I wouldn't expect you to. I would expect everybody else to talk about your shooting. There's no reason why your actual website should talk about the shooting. However, what I did want to point out, and I thought was kind of hilarious and tragic at the same time, what I want to point out is this. It does mention the shooting approximately 1.4 miles away, 45 minutes before its own shooting. It does mention that, and it has a hashtag Vegas Strong, I believe, if you type that in on Twitter. Hashtag Vegas Strong. So now, I understand why you wouldn't publicize your own shooting, but however, Bellagio is taking the opportunity to publicize about the shooting 1.4 miles away that happened about 45 minutes prior. It does want to talk about that. And it does want to talk about how they're strong. They're a strong community. You'll see pictures in the dang news about, oh, Vegas is back to its roaring self again. Everybody's ready to party. Oh, we're Vegas strong. Hashtag Vegas strong. All right. Thing is, what I gotta mention is, in my opinion, it probably isn't a good look. All right. It's nothing exactly virtuous about y'all's need and just urge to let it all hang out and have all sort of drunken melees and all sort of just frenzied attractions all over the place right after a mass shooting. That doesn't make you, especially one of the biggest mass shootings, that doesn't make you a strong community. Hashtag Vegas Strong doesn't make no gosh dang sense. Alright, y'all are strong, and the fact that people fiend off your services, God bless you. Everybody needs a purpose. Alright, Vegas Strong don't make no sense. Meanwhile, you're talking about a shooting down the street, but you're not going to talk about a shooting in your dang hotel and pretend like it didn't exist. Anyways, I'll holler at y'all later. It's October the 10th, 2017. Who is it? It's dinner at Granny's house. I thought his name was Jacob.